Are you feeling overly connected? Are you seeing too much of your spouse lately?
We are David and Teresa Mabry, and we are one another marriage. And what we want to talk to you about today, in light of the challenge of the coronavirus, the pandemic, and we're all sheltering in place. A lot of feedback that we're getting from couples is that there's an overly connectedness. And we understand that some people still feel disconnected. And if you're watching this months down the road, years down the road, and you struggle with disconnectedness, that's a whole another thing. And we want to point you to some of our other videos, especially our conversation starters, ways that you can connect more in conversation. And we may hit that just for a second in here, but the big thing for this video is we really wanted to encourage you and give you some just helpful tips of like 3 or 4 things that you can do right now to watch being overly connected. And when you do these, it really will enhance the time that you are together.
Right. So we are Prepare Enrich facilitators, and we're borrowing from some of the material that we use with couples that we coach. And one of the items that we do is a couple and family map where it talks about your closeness. And there's a disconnected and an overly connected. So things like an I as a disconnect to a we as an overly connected, or no loyalty to loyalty is demanded, or high independence to a high dependence. And none of those are really healthy. There needs to be a balance with everything. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah. So once again, on the disconnected end, make sure you just ask those questions to one another. But then on the overly connected side, if you just find that you're kind of like, we hate to say it this way, but you are sick and tired of one another, or you're kind of like, if I see you anymore, or you've run out of things to say to each other, you feel like that. So here are the key tips. This is what we've been waiting for that we want to hit for you. The first thing that you can do to help if you're overly connected is
you can still maintain or create, if you need to, some of your friendships. So it's okay. I know we've talked with some other couples even in this past week where they are doing a coffee date over FaceTime or a Zoom call. Those are great. Go ahead and make your coffee. Go to a separate room in your house where your spouse is not going to be. Have 20 to 30 minutes of just chit chat with that friend. And that's okay. So maintaining those friendships that you have outside of your spouse, that's healthy.
That's right. The next thing would be maintaining activities or hobbies that both of you have interest in, and that you go away and do those things, or go separate from one another to do those hobbies and to pour yourself into them. So we've had some really great advice or feedback from couples. So shout out to one another couples out there, those that have given us feedback and said, you know what, I found this to be helpful, or this, whether it's like a hobby like fishing, we've heard that feedback, or some like to train dogs, and some just like to do yard work. And even for us now, at the making of this video, it's springtime, and so you're getting out doing things. And others in the house, there may be some activities to do as well.
You may have a TV show that you want to watch that isn't something that your spouse enjoys. That's okay. Decide to have that separate time. Say, hey, you go watch the show you want to watch. I'll go watch my show. Now, don't take all day to do that. The idea is that you're still connecting, but it's all right to have separate likes on TV shows, and that's okay. And
for our shows, for instance, we don't talk a lot about the shows that we watch.
No.
I have some that she doesn't not interested in the least, which I get, because that's why I watch them, because it's something that she won't necessarily. And ones that Teresa watches,
I have some that he doesn't want to watch. That's okay.
I really don't need to hear about them. Right.
So,
but it's important to have the separateness. But we also have shows together.
Right. And then probably one more tip would be, you still have opportunity to go volunteer or do something that your spouse may not want to do. And so like for myself, like I have been volunteering with one of the mobile market food pantries where we're outside packaging boxes of food to pass out to people within our community. And that was something I was choosing to go participate in during this time. David was not going to go do that, and that was okay. But that gave us like 2 to 3 hours of being apart during this time, because both of us right now are working from within the home. As well as it's all right to find those separate spaces within your house or apartment, wherever you live. You can still find a room that you can be in, hopefully by yourself, even if it's just 15 to 20 minutes. That's all very helpful.
What that does is it's going to set you all up for success for when you are intentional to come back with one another.
Right.
Because I loved hearing about her opportunity, Teresa's opportunity to go serve at the food pantry, and I can share about the things that are going on that I'm doing. And that enriches the relationship. And
Right.
then when you do come back together, we really want to point you in the direction of entering into deeper conversation on things, not just business items or
Right.
how's the weather kind of thing. We know that healthy relationships are built upon deeper conversations that you can have with one another. So we hope this has been helpful. What we'd love for you to do is to put in the comments below, what have you found to be helpful in your relationship when you feel like you're overly connected? And also, maybe there's a point that we made today or something that stands out to you. Put that in the comments if there's something that we have shared that you've really enjoyed. We'd love to hear from you, and we love this community, the One Another Couple community that we're building here. And so don't forget to
subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also hit the notification bell, and then that way you'll be notified when we do our next video. Okay?
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.